Welcome back. It is time for our Pets as Pals with Woodford Humane Society.
Yeah, as always, we have Beth Oleson here with us, along with Jet. Thanks for coming in.
The cutest puppy.
Jet's like the best.
I'm melting already. Tell us about sweet Jet.
We think she's about 4 months old. She's one of a litter of 3. Okay. So, you know, if you miss out on Jet, there's 2 other options available. She is we have her listed as an Australian Shepherd and Lab mix. She's a little on the small side for that breed mix, so there may be something a little smaller in there. I wouldn't expect her to be more than maybe 50 pounds full grown. Okay. I'm going to tell everyone right now, don't quote me on that, because we don't know who the parents are, but she's just a really sweet little girl, a little shy at first, but she gets over it really quickly, and I think she won't have trouble with that for long.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is her first venture out, so she's kind of taking it
first time on a leash, first time away from her siblings, but she's handling it really well.
Yes, you are.
All right, how are things just going in general as far as adoption?
Well, you know, things are pretty slow. Last year was actually a really slow year for adoptions, and I suspect we're not the only ones who had that experience. You know, we had a couple of busy weeks at right at the start of the year, but things are still pretty slow. So we're definitely reminding people that we're here, and there are so many wonderful pets looking for homes.
Walk us through that adoption process
Sure.
that folks are considering.
So we are still open by appointment. So just give us a call. You can take a look at the website at woodfordhumane.org. Okay. You can actually see a current listing of all of our adoptable pets. It updates automatically as we update our software, so it stays up to date. Okay. Pick out someone you'd like to meet and just give us a call, and we're happy to get you on the schedule. Folks who have a dog at home, you can bring your dog out. We're happy to do an introduction. We're just looking for good fits.
And another part of all this is when you do an adoption, it's like super important to do the whole microchipping thing.
Yes.
Because in that way you're not dealing with additional population and lost pets.
Yeah. So one of the perks of adopting from a shelter or rescue is that almost all of us, you'll get a pet that's already microchipped, and we'll take care of registering it for you. So she is already microchipped.
Okay.
Everyone who goes home with a microchip from Woodford Humane, and it is a really important piece of ID that makes sure your pet has the best possible chance to get back to you if they ever get lost.
Yeah. So how does it work if maybe, you know, they're adopting a pet that isn't microchipped, or they're just got a pet at home and they're looking to get theirs microchipped?
Yeah. So there's a lot of misconception about GPS tracking and that sort of thing.
Yes.
You can get collars that do that, but a microchip doesn't do that. So it is just this little microchip. You're not probably gonna be able to see it on TV, but it's just about the size of a grain of rice. So it's a little teeny tiny. Mm-hmm. And it just goes into a big needle and gets injected under the skin.
She's like,
I'll take it.
New toy.
And then there's no
this.
battery to worry about or anything. It just emits a little radio signal when you have a scanner near it. So you can just hear the beep and her number pops right up.
Oh no, what is that noise?
Yeah, everyone's a little freaked out by the scanner at first. So basically how this works is that every chip has a unique serial number, and then the pet information and the owner information are both registered to that unique number. So if she was to show up at a shelter now, they could scan her microchip and then call the microchip company, and they'd be able to tell them who she belonged to.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen stories before where like literally pets end up on the other side of the country somehow.
Yeah.
And the only way that they've been able to get reunited is because
we literally yesterday sent a cat back to its owner because it had a microchip. It happens all the time. It more than doubles a pet's chances of getting back to its owner if it comes into a shelter or becomes lost. So she's really relaxed now.
Somebody's getting comfy.
So it's very important. Now, I will say it's not a replacement for a collar. You always want to have something visible on your pet that says to, you know, someone without a microchip scanner, just your neighbor down the street, that, hey, this is an owned animal. So they know to go looking for something like a microchip.
Smart. Yeah.
So it's not a replacement for that, but it's a really important backup line of identification.
Very important to keep in mind, of course, if folks are interested in Jet. All the details we've got for you on the website, and you guys have it on yours as well.
We do.
Oh, please adopt Jet before I make a bad decision.
I was gonna say, Jet's looking pretty popular to say the least.
So cute.
You can't eat my sweater though.
Thanks for coming
Beth.
in. We got your headlines coming up next.
Joe would be so mad if I thought you
Yeah.